Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome everyone to the Advanced Sayyid Nursi Risale-i Nur Study Weekend Intensive. Thanks for everyone for turning up on time. We still got some people on their way, but we have to start because we've got a very, very deep program and a lot of things to cover over this weekend. Hopefully this weekend we're going to have it delivered by Professor Colin from Durham University, who's one of the leading authorities researching on the works on the Risale-i Nur and Sayyid Nursi in general. And we will also have a presentation by Professor Hakan from the Foundation for Science and Technology as well. So, as you know, Sayyid Nursi Rahmatullah Alayhi was one of the most important civilizational thinkers of the Muslim world in the last century, who inspired many faith movements, and he played a vital role in general in the revival of Islam in Turkey and across the world. His magnus opus was the Risale-i Nur collection, which is a body of Quranic exegesis attempting to reconcile the modern sciences and the Quran in the onslaught of a very materialistic, secular atheism that happened in Turkey up until modern times. Now, Turkey's relative rise can be attributed to the ideas of Nursi. Whilst there have been many seminars and conferences on Nursi, what we want to do with this weekend study, as I said, there's been many seminars on Nursi and conferences and stuff like that, but what we want to do this weekend is to raise the level of his ideas and thoughts to the next level, build them further, develop further. So our intention is to advance the study and actually, and we're starting it by doing this anyway. So as a prerequisite, we said those who do come on the course, you should be familiar with the basics of Sayyid Nursi's life, his works and his thoughts, have a reasonable understanding on classical Arabic and classical Islamic sciences, including kalam, metaphysics, philosophy, and epistemology. So, as you can see from the timetable, we've got a lot to cover. Theology of the names and attributes, problem of the human, I and ana, problem of cause and effect, dichotomy of belief and submission, notion of self-referentiality and the other indicativeness, notion of the myth of open doors of creation, and a general presentation on Sayyid Nursi's, the study of Sayyid Nursi's Risale-i Nur, past, present, future. So we've got a lot to cover over this weekend. So what the format is going to be, each session, we have about 4 sessions each day, and they're about 45 minutes each lecture, and then 15 minutes of Q&A after each lecture. So each session will have, if you do have questions, keep the questions related to the sections they're in. So if you've got a question or something else, it may be addressed in another session later on. So if you have questions related to theology of names and attributes, which is the first one, keep it to that session only. We will have an open Q&A anyway on Sunday afternoon, late Sunday afternoon anyway, where there may be some areas which haven't been filled up or so, but again, that's absolutely fine. And the other thing is, again, we're treating this as like an advanced study. So we're assuming everybody here has a relatively good understanding of the Risale-i Nur. So again, this is a continuation of our seminars projects. We've done Ghazali, we've done Ibn Taymiyyah, now we're doing Sayyid Nursi's Risale-i Nur. So I'd like to hope that it's not a basic course. So if you don't understand something, you have to go and read up in your own time, and this is something we made it very clear to Dr. Collins as well, in that sense. Right, so the format is 5 sessions. We'll have a break for 15 minutes after each session. Even though we're supposed to start at 9, we can play it by ear. We can play it and work around with Dr. Collins. We will break for Dhuhr and Asr. Our lunch break will be around 1:15, because the times are quite, the prayer times are quite close. So 1:15 we can break for lunch and Dhuhr and Asr. So Asr starts around just after 2. So we can do Dhuhr and Asr. The prayer room is just here, or the prayer rooms, there are lots of prayer rooms nearby as well. And there's, you can buy tea, you can buy lunch from shops nearby as well. That's Dhuhr and Asr. And then session 4 will be around 2:30. Okay, that'll take us up to 4 o'clock or so. And the last session's around, we'll try and finish by 4:30, between 4:30.
There's only 3 sessions.
It's only 3 sessions today or so. And then tomorrow again, a couple more sessions as well.
See how far we get.
Yeah, we'll see how far we get. We'll play it by ear, and we'll take it there. Now, just a quick introduction to our presenter. Very honoured and privileged to have Professor Colin Turner. He's one of the leading authorities on the Risale-i Nur and Risale-i Nur. So he's a reader in Islamic thought in the School of Government and International Affairs at Durham University. So he completed his bachelor's and honours first class in the Oriental Studies, Arabic, Persian, Islamic Studies and Anthropology, and then pursued his PhD in Islamic Studies from Durham. He's been teaching there for the last 20 years. Research interests include Muslim theology, philosophy, history of political thought, in particular works of Sayyid Nursi's Sufi spirituality, Shiism, Quran exegesis, anthropology of religion, Persian literature. So he's authored many and contributed to many books, including The Makers of Civilization, Sayyid Nursi, Six-Sided Visions. I'm assuming people have received this, have read some of the articles prior to that as well. Again, what we want to do, if you've read this already, that's fantastic. That just helps to the discussion. So besides teaching and supervising PhD students, he's a member of the Centre of the History of Political Thought and the Institute of Medieval and Renaissance Studies at Durham University. I have the notes. I will be printing them up. These are just slight notes. Just to let you know, you are expected to make additional notes. So we don't want to spoon feed you in that sense. These are just slide notes. You have to be writing your own notes because again, this is an advanced course. You have to go out, find out more, read more, work on the subject more. If you've only got questions, don't hesitate to ask Dr. Collins also. So before I hand it over to Dr. Collins, housekeeping, if you put your mobile phones on silent, unless you really need to answer that call, you can, just do it outside. The bathrooms and toilets are literally as you go out and then right and then left. It's just literally there. You can actually go through this way. Over here, prayer rooms. There's a prayer room there and there's a prayer room in SOAS. We can work out something whenever you need a prayer room. And you can help yourself tea coffee. We're going to have tea coffee sessions allocating time. So, long introduction. I'm so sorry about that.
Sorry.
Cutting into your time.
No,
so, without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Dr. Collins.
Okay.
Bismillah.